welcome to my channel. My name is Laura. This is Laura at Home. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a thrift haul and also the tour of my house as I decorate it for spring. There being 3 weeks without a video, and what happened is my daughter's high school had a little fire incident, so they had no school for 3 weeks, which means I was with a teenager doing homework and doing things at home, so I couldn't really focus on creating videos for you. But I did go shopping and I did get some things from the thrift store, from the dollar store, that I was able to put in my house to make it look really nice for Easter. I also went to Walmart, and so I'll be sharing a video of how everything looks in the house, and I'll tell you where everything came from and how much I paid for. So after the tour, then I'll have the next portion will be a little bit more of a thrift haul for the rest of the things that are not displayed in my house. Thank you for coming again, and I'll see you in a bit. So here we are, starting in one of the shelves. I have that vase that I just showed, that I will be showing you, because that was a new thing that I got. Is solid brass. This sculpture I did thrift last summer, and then I'm using one of the shades on one of those candlestick holders. Then I always have my Mozart there with my blue plate, and then I decided to put some blue flowers on this vase. On the top there I have one of those dollar store bunnies, and these flowers I found in Walmart. So I went to Hobby Lobby, too expensive. I went to TJ Maxx, too expensive. I did get the egg also from the dollar store for $5. And then I did get the blue candlesticks from Walmart. I'm using just greenery, and then you see that napkin holder there just to balance things in my piano. Here is the one of the beautiful clocks. So I thrifted a Mikasa, and this is the other one that I thrifted for about $7. This bunny I had for maybe 1 or 2 years. I really like him because you can post his ears, and his arms can be moved around. And then I have him next to this beautiful thrifted basket with fake eggs. On the other side, I have more of my blue and white vases, and then I put some of those tulips in there from the Walmart. It was like less than $4 for that. I think it's a trio. And I've placed things a little bit differently now. Since I was doing this setup, I have a little ball of like greenery on top of that candlestick holder. But in here, I just basically used everything that gave me spring vibes. Then I put these 2 candlestick holders that I had just laying around. This is the coffee table. This is not in my living room, but this is in a little sitting area that I have next to the dining table. And in that beautiful milk glass box, I store the pieces for the chess. And that little game is just one of those, I forget what those games are called. Now here is my china hutch. I have the beautiful tea set that I thrifted not too long ago that I should be using soon. And then I put some birds. So mostly for spring, I just add greenery and birds and flowers. Some bunnies, and but mostly is the greenery, the beautiful things that spring bring. So I decided to put some of those tulips in there again. And they feel so realistic and so inexpensive too. I have that salt and pepper bunnies. I put the big hurricane vase with some of those moss balls, and then that beautiful silver plated tray that I need to shine. Now here we are in the living room, and I decided to bring a lot of those blue flowers. I put some eggs here and there. Those are all fake eggs that I thrifted in a big bag for $2.99. And then those chocolate looking bunnies, and a picture of Jesus, and those candlesticks and my sconces. I got them at Walmart for 97 cents, so even cheaper than the dollar store for the candlesticks. And I think the flowers are so much better. Those blue hydrangeas look so beautiful. They also feel really nice. I added a few more flowers to that lamb's ear vase. Now I have some also blue in there, but here I showed you before. So I decided to add lots of lamb and like beautiful little sheep just to be more emblematic of what Easter is. I have like another two of those sheep and that blue basket that I thrifted a few months ago. It's perfect for this time of year so that I can have something that is very Eastery. Bluebirds have been a thing that I collect for the longest time, so it was easy to find all the birds to put all over the house. And like I said, greenery and blue is my thing. Now, You Are the Light of the World. That one I did find at Burlington for like 350. So it was nice to have something that it was religious that goes with that corner. That bunny was in a bag. I did thrifted that, and along with two more bunnies that I'm getting rid of because that's the only one that I was really interested in. And then those eggs, I think I got from the Goodwill bins, and the little bird, it was $2.99, I think, or $1.99. I thrifted it recently, as well as those lavender flowers. The Happy Easter, of course, you have to get them, but they're off season because otherwise, right now, you won't find anything like that. And then I put some of those eggs that I covered with napkins. I don't know if you've seen those DIYs, but I did some of those last year and decided to put them in that clothes up there. So that's kind of like what the living room is looking like. We made this little resurrection garden craft with the children. So my son cut the figures and my daughter put together the garden. And then I did get the cross from Hobby Lobby. And then in my grocery store, I found that little beautiful lamp with the blue bow. I decided to put some of those tulips again in that table. Another item that I wanted to show you was this little gold brass thing. It came without the glass tubes. So I put the glass tubes in there because I don't really know what else to put in there. I don't understand what this is. I thought it was very beautiful. I bought it to propagate because I thought maybe I can sit it on the window and sell, and actually sits very well on my windowsill, so I could propagate things in there. But honestly, if you guys know what this is for, let me know. It looks vintage. So yeah, let me know. So maybe you saw in the video the crystal clock. So I thrifted two of them. One was 11 and the other one was 7. The one that was $11, which was pricey, was the Mikasa one, but I love this. I don't know if it's crystal or not. It's heavy. It's cut edge glass, and it has a beautiful gold around the face of the clock. So I have this one displayed like you saw here in my living room, and I need to put batteries on it, but I'm on it. If you guys know what kind of battery this will take, it feels like it should be here in this space, but I don't know exactly what kind of battery this is. So anyways, that was one of my favorite things that I found. More recently, well, I'll show the older things. I also found this one. This is said it's a solid brass piece. It is vintage because the tag, I can tell. I love it because it's almost like a goblet, but also like a nice flower vase. I need to shine this up because this is a little too brown for my taste, but you know, it also looks rustic and vintage with this, you know, finish. So for now, I have it just like this sitting in my house, and then I'll be able to use it once it's shiny again. I also found this little apothecary jar, and I put some of those green moss balls that I had thrifted. This was $2.99. It's way smaller than the other ones I have. So I decided to put it on the piano because I needed something to balance on that side. And so you saw it in my little tour. Now, something that you have not seen, this I just thrifted yesterday. This is an Oneida 1960 sippy cup. It's silver plated and it has a plastic in there. It has this beautiful detail here. is $1.99. And like I said, I have a teenager daughter. I'm going to one or two baby showers really soon, and I was like, oh, maybe I can shine this up and bring it to them. But then my daughter is like, no, mom, save it for me for one day when I have a kid. So I don't know, maybe it's gonna be like 10 years before that, but she wants this, so I'm gonna save it for her for $1.99. I thought it was a good deal, and it's just unique enough. I know that also silver should be one of those good materials to be drinking from. So yeah, I was just excited to find something like that. Then I have some like less exciting but pretty cool, because I was trying to put together my Easter, and I still have some centerpieces that I want to create. So I found this little wreath for $1.99. I'm gonna use it as a nest, and then put a cloche on top, maybe put an egg, maybe put a bird or something in the middle. We'll see. But I thought it was a good deal for $1.99. I've been looking around, and things are so expensive at Hobby Lobby. Walmart was the cheapest place I found, but they don't have that much stuff. Now, there was this store that was closing that is church like related things, and I love this picture of the chicken. I have it displayed in my kitchen. So I decided to get this one for, it was like $1 or $2 for my mom for Mother's Day, because it's like the chicken protecting their chicks, and of course it's supposed to be the Lord, right? But now I can't remember if I did show you this frame before, but I'm just put a scripture in here. I'm gonna make it better because I don't love this font or the paper in there, but I'm gonna make a scripture for Easter and then place it somewhere in the house. So that's how I'm using my thrifted frames. Then I got, okay, so this is a little bit more exciting. This bag was $3.99, and I just love these little figurines. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. They're so spring. So you have Mama Duck here. And I love it when they have the cute faces painted on. You can tell this is vintage. It says Josh. It doesn't have a year in here, but it's so cute. And then of course she has babies. So the first one is this one. And you know that that's what drew me to this bag, the little duckling. I have some ducklings that I always put out for spring, so I'll put them out. And then this one has a little bit of damage here, so I won't be able to sell this because of the damage, but I was happy to pay for 3 of them. And then the baby, which is right here. And there's some creasing on the ceramic. I just love that, you know, cute face. So $3.99 or $2.99 for the bag. I was happy to pay that. That one day also I found, I felt like I just got lucky because I got like 3 or 4 items, but they were all good. I got this one, and it says Stella Flora. So I've seen this brand before, and it's one of these beautiful napkin holders. So of course I can use it for napkins in my table for spring, for the Easter dinner that we're gonna have, so make it more special. I'm loving it. So I think I paid maybe $5, $4.99 or $3.49. I can't remember. So between $3 and $5, that's how much I spent. And I think this is worth it every time. I love it. Then I found a bag with random items. One of the items in there was this cowbell. I think this is so cool. The bags are normally $2.99, so you know this was part of the bag. And then there's some more items in that bag, which I already got rid of the things that I'm not gonna want. But look at this. So you see blue china, blue and white china, and I saw someone stacking plates and cups and stuff and then put them in a cloche, and I thought it was so beautiful. I don't know if I get to do that, but it comes with these 2 plates. And to be honest, I'm not a fan of the Asian looking ones, but once you stack them with some other things, I kind of like that. So that was in the bag. Then this was in the bag as well. This little, what do you call this? It says it's hand painted in Thailand. So I don't know if you could call it a jar because it's just so small. But I'm thinking something like this on top of these, you know, to display in the kitchen or in my china cabinet. And in that same bag, this little one, and I was like, I wish I had Barbies. Then you get this teapot and this creamer right there. No sugar dish, unfortunately, or cups for this. And then the other two random things, because you know those are the things I like and I'm for sure keeping. But then I found this little urn, which I think is so cool. This little ginger vase, or what is it, like a flower pot? Let's see if you can see the details, because it's so detailed. You can tell this was hand painted. Sorry about that. You can tell this was hand painted. Like, look at that. Like, let's see. Can you see the? Oh my goodness. I don't know how to make it focus, but it has all these details. And then finally you got this flower picture here. So all of this in that one bag with the bell, with the cowbell. I thought that was a great deal. Then I bought this one for $3.99, so a little bit more expensive, but I like the black. It's very masculine, like I've seen a lot of like library kind of looks, like with the darker. I like that, so I thought this was so cool. Then I found, I think this is the two bigger ones are here, and these I paid up for, and I think they're worth a lot more, so that's why I did it. I paid $20 for each one of these at the thrift store. And the first one is this beautiful mirror for $20. Of course, I used my 20% off coupon, so it was $16. It's heavy, it's completely brass, this is not plastic. It says pour l'amour de moi. So I maybe for the love of the ocean, of moi, or my love. So anyways, this is the beautiful mirror I got. It's heavy. And then the next one, oh, and there's another thing that was in the jar. I just realized this was in the jar as well. This beautiful pottery thing. And this is from Bolivia. Thought it was really cute. I'm trying not to pick up so much pottery because I don't use it in my decorations, but I'm always drawn to it. Okay, so here's the last one for $20. This is so cool. And I saw comparables and they say they're worth over 100. I don't know what to think about that. But it's this beautiful mirror that looks kind of like you're inside of a boat or a submarine or something. Hello, you're there. And it's heavy brass, of course. And I love everything about it, just all the parts. So anyways, that was my finds. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm hoping to be back every week like I was before. Just sorry about the 3 weeks. It was difficult to have my daughter every day with me the whole time and then try to keep her on track with her classes. But if anything, I'll see you next week and have a good one. So happy St. Patrick's Day.